We all have that one course that has us feeling like this.
I hate this course so much.
Trust me, I can relate. I've learned some tips and tricks that made studying this course even more bearable and makes me dislike the course a little bit less. In this vlog, I'll take you through my day and show you how I managed to study for my least favorite class. So let's get started. Okay, hold on. My name is Natasha and thank you so much for clicking on this video. Don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. And without further ado, let's jump right into today's video.
This one is that course, okay?
Before I start, I like to set the mood by organizing my workspace like I just did, and then I move on to setting study goals for the day, and today includes studying a chapter and also completing a practice question. So of course, drinks are non-negotiable.
To be honest, you guys, this course can be extremely draining. Like when I say draining, it can be so draining, you guys. And I've always really struggled with maths. And I feel like in secondary school, my attitude towards it was that, oh, I hate it, I don't know it, so I'm just going to leave it. I'm not even going to study it. I'm not going to give it a try because I know that I am going to fail it. So that was like the mindset that I had. And guess what? I actually almost always failed maths because I already had that like mindset. I wasn't receptive to maths as a whole, which is why I failed it, I feel like. So getting into uni, I was like, okay, I'm going to give maths a try. Actually, as it's like the biggest chunk of my course, so obviously I have to try harder. So I told myself I'm not going to have that negative attitude towards this course. If not, I'm not going to know it. So these days I don't tell myself that this course is really hard, because if you say it, then you believe that it's hard. I just, even when I get frustrated, I just get frustrated. I don't speak negatively, to be honest. And you know, they say it a lot, but there's power in your tongue, and it's not cliche, it's actually true. There's power in your tongue, okay? Not even like, oh, your tongue is powerful like itself, but just the fact that when you say something, you start to believe it and you start to accept it. That's what I've been adopting. And yeah.
Whenever I study, I try not to take too much at a go. So I usually adopt the Pomodoro technique, which is more flexible than the Pomodoro technique, and this has to do with setting timers that fits your requirement, like what you want basically, and is more flexible. So I like to set 30 minutes timer, sometimes 1 hour, depending on what I'm feeling, but I try not to study for long hours of the day, like 2 hours straight, because
it makes me lose concentration. Always take breaks, you guys. So yeah, let's go take our break.
I cannot overemphasize the importance of taking a step back from your workspace, because it helps you relax your mind and actually helps you stay productive and effective with your studying, because you have to study smarter and not harder. For topics that are so hard to understand and that I have no idea what's going on, I go on YouTube and search for tutorials, because there are so many resources out there. Thank God for YouTube. After a while of studying, I like to change study scenery because it makes me focus more.
Tired, my eyes are like so much bags, and I slept a little bit, but still I'm extremely tired. But I'm still studying the same topic that I was studying this morning, and I don't know if I'm making headway, but we're going to do practice questions right after. Because the thing about calculation courses is that even if you are learning and let's say you're watching a YouTube tutorial and everything is clicking, you're like, okay, I know that, when it's time to solve a question or when it's time for the exam, it's a whole different story. So you have to practice as much as possible, and it's something that I'm learning to do, because I've always hated doing practice questions. Like for some reason I don't like testing myself. I'm like, why do I have to test myself? Why do I have to see if I know it? I already know it, okay? I've already studied, so I know it. I found out that doing practice questions actually helps a lot, no matter the course, whether it's a calculation course or it's not a calculation course. Always make sure you do practice questions to just see what the question is like, so you know what to expect during the exam. And sometimes they actually repeat practice questions, so always make sure you practice the questions in your textbooks, because a lot of times they repeat. Let me tell you guys a short story. So a particular exam, I studied a lot for that exam, but I did not practice with practice questions. When it was time for the exam, I did well, I did really well, but I would have done even better if I had done the practice questions. And everybody was like, "Oh my gosh, I just repeated every practice question." I was like, "Okay," but I actually did well. But my life would have been easier if I had done practice questions. So yeah, always make sure you practice. I paste my textbook note. I snap the picture and paste it on Gemini or ChatGPT, and they break down my notes for me. But don't do this for a calculation course because like has not gotten there yet. Okay, because they would mess up the calculations. They don't know how to calculate. Or like, just do it for like a course that maybe there's lots of explanations. So just basically snap your notes and put it on the app, break down every single concept for you. You can even ask for more explanations. So yeah.
Another thing that I do is record myself saying something that I just finished reading to know if I actually understood what I just read. And it's almost like I'm having a discussion with someone. It's really, really nice and really helpful. And it gives me like more explanations of the concept, explains everything really well. And I still go back to my textbook to compare.
It explained something to me, and I'm not really sure of what he just said. So I'm like, is this correct? I'm recording myself saying it, and it's like I'm talking to someone's teaching me, and it almost feels as if it's my lecturer that is teaching me. So that's really been helpful. I feel like you should do this if you're struggling with a course or something, or if you're like me or experiencing the same thing as me, that your lecturers are not teaching you, maybe they're not teaching you well. So yeah, just try this, and I feel like it's really helpful.
So yeah guys, that's how I studied for my least favorite course. I hope this video is very helpful to you guys. And yeah, tell me how you study for your least favorite course as well. Maybe we can learn from each other. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in another video. Bye.